Hey beauties, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is d.raynne, aka Riri. I'm a plus size model and a self-taught and freelance makeup artist here in North Carolina, and I love makeup. I should have actually said that in my very first I love, because makeup is everything in the world to me, aside from family and such. Anyways, today I am actually going to be doing two first impressions. And I thought that I would knock both of them out. I was only going to do just the foundation, but I have a couple new primers and I want to try one of them today. So today I will be trying out the Maybelline Master Prime Primer and Base. This is the Hydrate and Smooth one. I have not even opened this yet. They have a whole different line of these. There's a mattifying one and things like that. So I'm really excited, and you all know that I have large pores. Let me get close. Large pores, broken capillaries, a lot of redness and things like that, so I definitely, and also have dry skin, so we're going to see if this smooths, we're going to see if it hydrates, and see how it feels. Then, I'm really excited to try this product because I've tried a couple BB creams in the past and I didn't really care for them too much. The It Cosmetics one was okay. I felt like it was a little thick and too heavily scented for my personal liking. But this is the Mally Face Defender BB Cream Foundation with SPF of 15, and I got the shade Light Medium. So that is what that looks like. And we're gonna open her up. Oh, she's pretty. And that is a 1.8 fluid ounces, so that's a lot of product. I don't know that you would use more if it's like a BB cream type of thing. I'm gonna read it and see what it says. Okay, directions. Apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure. Use a water-resistant sunscreen if swimming or sweating. We're just gonna wing it, just like we always do here. So my skin is cleansed, and I do have the Pixie Rose toner on. I always tone prior to any skincare application or makeup application. So we are going to dive right into this. You can see that it has not been used at all. And I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my... Oh, I thought it would be blue. Okay, so it's definitely not blue. It's white. And I either go in with my fingers, or I use like a flat kind of paddle brush like this. This is a basic Real Techniques brush. And I'm going to take it and use this to apply. There's zero scent, like none at all. So if you're super sensitive to any kind of scents or anything like that, I would definitely say that that is pretty awesome. Okay. I'm going to feel it with my fingers in just a second and kind of see how it feels. But I am actually seeing, let me get close. I am actually seeing some kind of pore filling, and I do kind of see like a little cast to the skin, where it's kind of smoothing the skin out. Definitely not as like smoothing as my Urban Decay one. That one is like the shit. But yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit on my fingers and add a little bit more just so I can feel, you know, as far as how it actually feels in the hand. Pretty thick, really emollient, as you can see. I love the fact that it does not have a scent to it. I definitely can see some blurring, for sure. And it does feel very, very hydrating. It almost feels like the Pond's cold cream. Am I ultra saying that? Probably. But it feels like old school like Pond's cold cream. And I'm gonna push it in. It really, wow, that does feel really good. It's not too slippery or slick or anything like that. I don't feel like it's really oily. It's more like a nice thick lotion. Slightly tacky. I don't know if you guys can kind of see the bounce back from that. Huh. Okay. Are we supposed to prime when we use BB cream? I don't know, guys. This could be a shit show. So I'm gonna shake this up. I always shake up like liquid lippies or foundations anytime I get ready to use them. Okay, so that's kind of, oh, the colors may be good too. So it comes out like in a little squeezy tube, which I appreciate. And again, I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. I'm going with my brush. And then we'll try putting it just with our fingers, maybe? Again, no scent at all. I'm actually pretty shocked. For a product that has SPF in it, to not have like a strong scent to it, pretty shocked. So you guys know I always start with like the bulk of the product that I put onto my brush on the inner portion of my face, because this is where obviously I have the redness, broken capillaries, things like that. All our little flaws, we want to just, you know, tone them down just a little bit. And I'm going to go underneath the eyes as well. So it's definitely, I mean, it doesn't even really say what it is or what it does. It just says Defender BB Cream Foundation. It doesn't claim to be light, you know, medium or anything like that. I'm definitely going to call it light to medium. I can still definitely see like my age spots and things like that, but it's doing a really good job of kind of smoothing everything else out. I don't really see any redness at all. I don't really see my hyperpigmentation through here, and I don't really see my acne scars as much. It's definitely not full coverage though, because I can obviously still see that. And then you guys know I like to just kind of take whatever little bit is left on my brush and just kind of gently buff it out. And I always kind of pull the extra product away from this area right here. That is where I get very, very dry and kind of scaly. And if I put too much product there, it is a shit show on my face, and it's not cute at all. And then of course up into the ear, the color is freaking amazing. So I'm glad that I got this color. And then I always do half my face just to show you guys. And I think that it went on really beautifully. I'm gonna get a mirror. Excuse me, so I can look up close, because, you know, I'm blind. Yeah, it's settling just slightly. Let me get super, super close. Settling just slightly right through here, through my nose area, which is kind of common. Yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I would definitely have to, like, set it up through here, and I would probably still use a concealer with this. I won't today just because we're just trying it out. So I'm going to get up super close. You can see that side. Obviously you can see redness, you can see some acne scarring and things like that. So I'm actually pretty damn surprised. And it may be just right through here that I didn't blend it enough with the brush. I'm going to get my little beauty blender, and it's just very slightly dampened, and just kind of push the product into the skin. Okay, yeah, I feel like that looks a little bit better. And sometimes I will do that. You guys have seen me do that before. Typically if I'm looking a little powdery, or just because I am so dry, I will spray my face multiple times in my makeup application, and then spray it, and then kind of press or pounce very softly the beauty blender on top, just so my makeup blends into my skin. You guys know I am not a full coverage beauty. I prefer medium coverage. I'm actually pretty fucking impressed. Like, the color is amazing. Hopefully it's picking up. I know the lights are super bright. I hope that it's picking up, but like for here, I mean, it's stunning. And I do love that there's like a slight luminosity to my skin. I wouldn't call it, it's definitely not dewy, but it does have like a more satin, more skin-like finish to it. So we're gonna do this side. I'm excited, you guys. And I used very little of this. I still have a shit ton of it on my hands. So I am going to try to apply it with my fingers. And actually probably up until about 3 years ago, I used to always apply my foundation with my fingers. So I'm gonna get in here. This is so weird. I have not put foundation or anything on my face, you know, aside from primers and stuff, in a very long time. Okay, I don't like the way that it's going on with my fingers. I feel like it's just like moving around as opposed to actually getting laid down onto the skin. Okay, we're just gonna use a brush. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more, and I'm using the Luxie 530 Flat Top Kabuki brush. This is my personal favorite thing to do, you know, my foundation with. Again, I start right here in the center part of the face with nice stamping or stippling motions. I get the bulk of the product off, push any extra product away from here. I am so sorry if you hear a loud vehicle. I don't know what is going on out there. And then now I will softly start to blur it in the perimeter of my face. Again, for me, and you know, if you are a full coverage beauty, then by all means, do you, boo. If you love full coverage, go for it. But for me, I just find that this gives me the absolute kind of more natural you know, finish to the skin. And I only, you know, I'm a person that believes that you only need to put coverage where you actually need coverage at. That's why you will not, unless I'm doing like a full tutorial to show somebody, you know, how to strobe and how to highlight with concealers and things like that, you will never see me put concealer here and here and here and every, I just don't need the extra product. I think a lot of us use way too much product. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, girl, you got too much makeup on. I mean too much product on the actual complexion itself. You know what I mean? And clogging our pores and adding things that we don't necessarily have to add to the skin. So this is my personal preference, my personal way of doing it. And, you know, if you love something totally crazy full coverage and matte or however you like your makeup, you know, makeup for me is a form of art, and I don't think that there is a wrong way. Okay, I'm really fucking loving this. I'm going to take my blender again, just because it is kind of settling right through here. And normally I don't powder or set my face ever. Now this would be something that I would wear like if I'm hanging out at the beach. Maybe not getting in the water, but you know, I'm hanging out at the beach or going to the park or something like that. And you know, I know I'm going to get hot and sweaty, so I don't need a lot, but I want a little something something. So I am going to set this. I don't normally, we all know this. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe M536. This is absolutely perfect, the way that it feels to pack product underneath the eyes. And I'm going in with my NYX HD finishing powder in Banana. This has been like my holy grail for years and years and years and years. And oddly enough, and funny enough, every one that I've ever gotten, I've gotten from Ulta, and every single one has come shattered, aside from this last one. And I was like, maybe they finally got the hint. You know, maybe they finally were like, look, every time we send something to this girl, it's gonna get broke. So I'm lightly, and I don't always do this, but I know with a product like this, I'm going to need it. Just because I know I'm going to crease. And something else you don't normally see, I'm going to set right through here as well. This is only so that I don't get a shit ton of creasing, because this is more like an emollient type of consistency. Yeah, I mean, I would totally feel 100% comfortable going out in public like this, like 100%. I love the color. Love. I don't know how many shades they have. I will definitely post that when I put the video up. I've noticed that some of these companies like Mally, like It Cosmetics and things like that, that are more geared towards like healthier or good for you, you know, skincare and beauty items, they don't have the greatest of shade ranges. I feel like more companies really need to step that up. And I know that it's hard because you don't always know who your demographic is, and you have to produce all of these shades prior to obviously launching them. So, I mean, as a consumer, I try to be understanding of that. You know, I'm thinking about if I, you know, open up a business today, I may not have every single drink that every person that comes in may want to have. I don't know my demographic until I open my business, until I open my doors, and until I get clientele coming in. So, I mean, I get it, but it's super frustrating. I mean, I have very fair-skinned friends that have such a hard time finding product, and then beautiful men and women of color like my sister and my niece that have a hard time finding shades as well. So I definitely think, you know, businesses and companies need to step it up. But I even sometimes have a hard time finding a really good shade match for myself, where I feel like I don't have to blend forever or add warmth back into my skin. And this literally to me just looks like it's like my skin, but better. And it has just a slight, like I said, a slight luminosity. It is not matte at all. You can see just like a little bit of something still, a little bit of a glow coming through my skin. You can see my skin, but it looks nice and sheared out and blended out and beautiful. So, okay. I am going to do an update. This does not claim to last for a very long amount of time or anything like that. And all I'm doing is going grocery shopping and stuff today. So, yeah. And of course, I'm still under the weather. So if I come back and my nose is a little bit worn off, then it's obviously from blowing my nose. But aside from that, I'm pretty impressed by both things. Like, my skin feels very nice. So I will definitely be purchasing the full size of this. I'll keep trying it out. Yeah. Pretty fucking shocked, to be honest. I did not think I was going to like this that much. So Mally, thank you, boo. I have spoken about Mally's products in the past, about her eyeshadow sticks and things like that. I have 2 of them now that are like newer shades. I absolutely love her shadow sticks. If you get the chance to try them, please do. They go on super bold, super pigmented, super smooth and creamy. You don't have a whole lot of playtime, but you have a little bit of playtime to kind of blend out the edges. But then when they're dry, they're dry. Like, your makeup is not budging. So I'm very, very pleasantly surprised about this. So kudos to Mally, and if you get a chance and this is in your shade range and you are a more light to medium coverage beauty and you are more for, you know, dewy or satin skin-like textures, then I think you would really appreciate this. So yeah, I'm happy I bought this. Super happy I got this. I've been finding a lot of stuff lately, you guys. Not many loads, which is super cool. So yeah, that's it. I'm sorry that all these videos have been short and sweet ones, but again, I have been running a super high fever and something's going on in here. Yeah, not been feeling the greatest. But I still want to keep content coming because this is super important to me and you guys are important to me. And I know I've said it a couple times, I do have a giveaway coming very, very soon. I have big things coming for this year, so I'm super stoked and I'm so grateful for you guys. If you would want to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, I'd be super grateful. I would love to have you be part of my beauty family, and I also have some kind of new twists on things coming up, so yeah, I'm really excited. If you like this video at all, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe below. If you hit the notification bell, I'd be even more grateful and thankful. And please always remember to be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties. I am feeling very, very bad, so this will be the first and last check-in. I did my makeup at about 2:15 and it is now about 6:45 at night. I did the rest of my makeup just because I look dead. But as you can see, it did settle just a little bit through here and it has broken out just a little bit. Aside from that though, like, I am really, really impressed by the Mally. I look high, I am not. Just very, very sick. So yeah, this is the only check-in I'll be doing, but I think for it to be like a light coverage type of BB cream foundation, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I think it looks really nice. It still feels nice. It doesn't feel itchy or anything like that on the skin, so I am impressed. Mally is definitely something I will be buying again. So thank you again, beauties. Bye!